21st of July, Invicta FC 30, they have a card and they have a championship belt on the line. The Atomweight has got a belt up for grabs, and I have got one half of the opponents on here. Minna, thank you for joining me. Well, I just said it there. You're fighting for the Atomweight title. You know, that's enough there. The fact that there's belts in Invicta which have a lot of prestige, and it's probably the Atomweight belt with Invicta is probably the biggest Atomweight title there is in MMA.
Yes, it is. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. 3 weeks to go.
Not long, no. You must. It's that kind of point in the fight camp as well, where you're not far off the end of the fight camp, and it's that bit where you just want to hurry up a little bit because you're not far away. You're just wishing it. You're kind of wishing your time away.
Yeah, I kind of wished I would be stepping inside the cage already. Still, I love these last few weeks to get ready to the fight.
And are you going to go to stateside for a week before, 2 weeks before? How are you planning the kind of body clock and synchronization with across in the US?
I'm getting to the States only a week before my fight. I want to do most of my preparations here at my own gym.
Yeah. Now, I was going to say you're Finland, and let's say Finland, Sweden, Denmark, all these Scandinavian countries, all these areas, Iceland, the lot, everything. It's starting to be a little hub of talent. It's just every year you just see new faces adding up to the. What is it about it? It's just kind of exploded, hasn't it? I find over the past, say, 3-4 years, there's just been a rapid increase of talented, high-level fighters coming out of the area.
Yeah, it really has in the last few years. We have pretty long heritage of Finnish MMA. It's nearly 20 years now from the first Finn fights, and in Scandinavia as well. But I think it's more about the management at this point that we have really broken through to UFC, Invicta, and other bigger stages now.
So tell us about the gym that you're training at, the facilities. How has it changed since you first started, etc.? The training, the people they have around you helping you out.
Yeah, now we have a lot more girls right now for me to train with. So I have great facilities to train with right now. When I started 4 or 5 years ago, I was pretty much the only girl there, and I was the smallest one. But basically that was why I started competing, because I had to train with all the guys, and I was always the smallest one and the not so good one. And even when I got a little better, I was still the weakest one. So I wanted to start competing to know how I could do against my size girls. So that was pretty nice.
You will probably most likely always be the smallest one, maybe?
No, I've got a little bit bigger now, so I have smaller girls to train with nowadays.
So the training facilities, the gym that you have, do you get people in to the gym, for example, that maybe are specialists in certain areas to help with fight camps, or do you just get people in to cross-train, to learn, so boxers, taekwondo, judokas, anything like that?
Well, we do train together with other female fighters in Finland. Most of them live in Helsinki, a couple in Tampere. So I get them to visit me, I go there to visit them. So that's basically the biggest help I get outside of my own gym.
Oh, that's nice. So it's kind of almost like a nice a community of growth, the way you're all trying to help each other grow. Because as much as it is a competition in the cage, you're never going to get better without kind of working together in a way, you know. As much as you've got to kick each other's butt, it's the only way to improve, you know, outside of competing in the cage.
Yeah, we all took a couple fights together first, and then turned into training partners, yeah.
And so do you have it when you're training? Now, for me, I like wrestling. It's probably the hardest one, but for some reason I really enjoy it. I don't know why. There's guys
you
that I
sound like
train.
my husband.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't explain. It doesn't make sense. I should like the one with the least amount of effort, but for some reason I love the wrestling. I blame rugby. I've played rugby for many years, and I think it's like it's semi. It's kind of. But my friend, I got guys that I train with, and they love the sparring. They love striking.
Yeah.
When it comes to wrestling, they suddenly disappear. They're not around that often for it. Is there for you? Have you got a particular favorite kind of area that you like?
I like all the training. But yeah,
No,
wrestling.
don't say that.
It's so hard. No, but wrestling, it's so hard.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice just because it's so freaking hard. Yeah.
And you said your husband there. I was going to bring that up. You're not just a fighter. You're a wife and a mother. You've got a busy schedule. How do you fit it all in? How do you do it? How do you manage that?
It all goes pretty smoothly,
Okay.
really. Yeah. Usually, I have my kids with me on my morning training, and I play a little bit with them and do my training there on the side. And when my husband comes home from the work, I got to do my main training on the.
Ah, nice. That's good that you've got that kind of. Your husband's that support network that you clearly, obviously, you need that. So he does that side of things. So he's understanding and helping you. That must be a lot of stress off your shoulders not to think about the training too much and how you fit it in. That you've got someone who's there for you to do that.
Totally. I couldn't really do this if my husband wasn't there 100% supporting me. And both of our mothers, so the kids' grandmothers, are there to help us as well. That's awesome.
Now, you see, I bet your kids love seeing their nan. Like, my nan was great because I used to, where I lived, I went to school, but to get home, I could go past my nan's house. So I would always go past my nan's on the way home from school. I'd go in, and she always baked cakes. Oh, anytime I went there was always cake somewhere. So I'd always go in, see my nan, tell her how much I love her, give her a hug and a kiss, and I always get a cake. I have the cake, go home, and my mum would be like, "I've made dinner." I'm like, "I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry." Oh, great memories. I suppose then. How's your mum feel with you fighting her? She's your daughter. She doesn't want to see your pretty face get punched.
She's worried. Yeah, she's extremely worried every time I step into the cage. And she always asks me not to hurt myself. And I try not to hurt myself for her and for myself as well. But she's extremely supportive as well. And she knows that if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So it doesn't really matter if she said she didn't like me to do this. So it's easier for her to just support me.
Yeah. The easiest option is sometimes the best. And I imagine your kids probably love being at the gym because it's like a playground for kids.
Yeah, it's a huge playground for them as well.
Yeah. They just, honestly, I've seen it. They go in and they just see these toys. To them, a dumbbell is a toy or a medicine ball. It's just toys. That's all they are to them. They just run around. And it's great because they tire themselves out. So they sleep all night. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and my other coach has 2 kids as well. And whenever just today when I got to the team, his son came to me and asked, "Where's my kids?" I had to make them so disappointed that I didn't have my kids with me there to play with them.
It's like the little place to hang out, isn't it? It's a cool hang out for the kids. So obviously that's great that you've got this balance in life. Now your opponent, have you watched much of her? Have you watched much of Jinh? Have you seen her footage, or have you let your coaches do that for you?
I watched a little bit, but mostly I trust in my coach. They will scout my opponents and tell me what to do.
Nice, because obviously you're going to always apply your style of fighting. The last thing you're going to do is work around your opponent.
Yes.
So, have they given you a lot to change or adjust to, or is it just simple things that you probably already do?
It's simple things, and I really don't even. I don't really know what I'm doing for this fight, like just to fight against this girl, and what's about my overall improvements.
Yes.
So they are awesome. My coach are awesome, and they know what to tell me and how to tell it to me. and I just do what they tell me to.
And one great thing you've got in your kind of arsenal is the fact that you're finishing fights. Because statistically, the lower you go down in the weight classes, the higher the probability are decisions. But you have a great kind of balance of you can stop people and with striking and submissions. So do you feel that that really puts it in the back of your opponent? Obviously has the desire to win and defeat you, but that must play some part in their mind that you're dangerous in such a ferocious manner and finishes with both ways.
Yeah, of course I like to finish fights. I'm so excited to have the 5 rounds for this fight, and it would be so great to get to the championship rounds. And I think that the 5 rounds would suit me well, but of course I would love to finish the fight earlier.
Yeah, don't get paid for overtime, yeah. Of course, if it presents itself, but then again, like you say, sometimes it would be nice to see what happens in the 4th round and the 5th round. What have I got in me? How have I, paced myself for that 5 rounds? Have I put too much out too early? Have I left too much in and I could have done more? Sometimes it's nice to get a gauge on that. But the only time you can ever do that is in an actual fight, because when you train, it's not all on the line.
Yeah, that's true. And the championship rounds aren't there for everybody.
No.
Most of the fighters just fight the 3 rounds. So it would be pretty nice to try out the 4th and 5th round as well.
And I can see you're getting interest back home, obviously, because of your success and the fact that there's a title on the line. What's it been like with, for example, the media or, just people in general back home?
It's going really nicely. I'm having so much good feedback from everybody and such a great interest. So I'm excited. And they are getting me excited as well when they are getting so much. I'm more excited.
You can be you're turning into one of the faces of Finnish MMA. How amazing is that?
Yeah, that would be great. We do have Katja Kangapa, a former strawweight Invicta champion, of course. But it's so great to go there in Invicta, a little bit in her footsteps as well. So I have some legacy to proceed there.
It's not someone's footsteps because you're making your own way. You're making your own. True. You're making your own path, not just in Invicta, but in MMA.
Yeah, that's true.
So I never, for example, Michael Bisping for Britain, let's say, no one's going to follow in Michael Bisping. They're going to make their own way. That's what you should. No one should ever feel they're going to follow someone else. You're making your goal, I imagine, would be not to obviously try and equal or be equal to anyone else. It's to make your own future and own greatness, and that's what you want. Your own legacy. You don't want to be compared to someone. You just want to make it your own.
It's true.
Yeah, that's what
I'm adding my own legacy to Finnish MMA legacy.
Yeah, become one of the pound for pounds. That's the ultimate goal, And look, Invicta FC are going to give you that opportunity because they will give you great fighter after great, because they keep finding them and they've got them on their roster too. That's something I imagine that excites you.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And of course, I'm planning on winning the belt now and then keep on winning with the belt. And I know that we have a great roster of atomweights there. And there will be the top fighters that will keep coming up for me. So it will be,
It's always good to have a challenge. Now, I've got to say, it's great seeing the support you're getting in Finland, because I had a look online and just searching, I could see stuff popping up. And it's great in general what Invicta FC do with the shows they put on. They keep pushing out great fighters and great names. Now, you're looking to get on that kind of legacy, let's say, that get that belt and build something. But for people to know what's going on with you in life and in general, how can they join you in social media to kind of join you on the journey and see where you're going?
Yes, I hope everybody to join me in my social media. I've made it pretty easy. I have the same name in every social media I'm in. So in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you'll be adding it here on the video. The Grusander, Grusnm, I think, something like that. Well, yeah.
It'll be there. It'll be down there.
If you find me on Facebook, you will find me on Twitter and Instagram as well.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit down. You should see it, people. I would be on that. Should see it just down there, I think.
Yeah.
And then, what about your sponsors? Because they help big time in fight camps. You know, it's very key. Give them a shout out.
They do. Yeah, I have great sponsors. I've had a few since I was an amateur. We have a Transnussen Logistics, which is a company that has nothing to do with martial arts, but still they have decided to support me, and they have been there for 3 years already. So that's awesome.
That's fantastic. Well done, nice. Yeah. Good that they've been with you for this, and they've joined you on, like you say. They join you, following your greatness happen. That's fantastic. Now, last but not least, mention your gym, coaches, friends, family, obviously your husband and your kids, but any major shout outs to people that have helped you?
Basically, the biggest shout out must go to my gym, at Team Fire's gym. That's pretty much my biggest supporter at this point. I have 2 coaches, Aleksi Kainalainen and Sami Sakko, who are of course huge part of me as a fighter, and they make so much for my MMA. But we have the whole gym full with ladies who can train with, and the youngsters I can train with, and all the talent. Right now we have only one UFC fighter at the gym, but I know that the talent's in there, and that's the thing that makes me grow as a fighter as well.
Yes, I was going to say that there's a lot of talent coming out of that area in the world. It's going to be more. There's going to be multiple names in the UFC from Finland in a few years. Look, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
No, pleasure. Thank you, and have a great fight camp. You know, just enjoy the rest of it. It's not long left. Just get the hard bits over with now. It's starting to get to that peaking stage where everything's a bit more intense. But just enjoy it. Enjoy your family time, and have a great experience always, as you'll probably do with Invicta FC.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.